What's up, everybody? So we are on board the Anthem of the Seas. I decided to walk the track a little bit, burn off some of those calories from the Windjammer, which, as we all know, is almost impossible to do. So yeah, this has been an interesting one. There's the North Star. It's probably the highest point right now in the entire Port Carnaval. So almost impossible to get reservations on that thing. And I'll talk a little bit more about that because if you do want to get on the North Star, or you want to do the Ripcord by iFly, or any of those activities, you have to book it through the app. But the app makes it very, very difficult to get a spot. Basically, it opens up at 8 a.m. and then you're supposed to reserve it before it all crashes. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the capacity on the ship, right? So the capacity of this cruise was 2,600 people. The ship can hold up to 4,000, maybe a little bit more than that. Sorry about the background noise. North Star is actually just heading up right now. So we're just watching her take off and take some folks up. So you're gonna get a little bit about that background noise, so I apologize. But still, you know, 2,600 capacity on this ship. And I really do have mixed feelings about it, because I like that the ship is empty and I'm able to get a chair at the pool at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're able to walk around and kind of pretty much get a seat anywhere at any time, and you're able to kind of enjoy all the amenities without any lines. But the flip side to that is that at night, the ship really feels like it's empty. You know, right after the dinner, you know, around 8 o'clock, 8:30, I'm talking about a complete ghost ship. Like, it's just nothing is going on. When I did my first vlog on Oasis, I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But as you start to cruise more, you're gonna miss those people. You're gonna miss having a full ship. Even though you are waiting on lines doing things, at night it really felt alive, and you're not sitting in the bar alone drinking. You're drinking with other people, you're having a good time, you're pretty much, you know, talking and dancing and laughing, instead of just doing it by yourself, really. Okay, so another pet peeve of mine is, as you guys know, I'm a technology guy. I like technology. I like ships that have technology. I think a lot of the ships should utilize technology, just like apps and internet and Wi-Fi usage. All that stuff is great, right? Not so much on Anthem, at least for this week. It's been horrendous, and I heard that the week before my sailing it was horrendous as well. But the way that it works is, well, I paid for the Wi-Fi package, could barely use it. No apps were loading, no internet was working. Again, I really hope that by the time you're watching this vlog and you get on Anthem, all these problems are fixed. But this is just what I experienced on my week on Anthem. The Bionic Bar, which is an all-time favorite of mine, has been closed. At least this is we're on day 4 right now, and it's been closed. They tell me there's technical issues that they're trying to fix remote, and they're gonna have to get someone from land to come work on it, which is fine. We're now in Florida. Hopefully they get somebody to look at it. But we'll see. Bionic Bar has been closed the entire cruise. The app has been a mess. The app is not working. I think one of my biggest concerns is that when you force your customers to do things on an application like a reservation system, right now, if you want to book a time slot on North Star, iFly, or bumper cars, you have to do it all on the app. The problem with that is the app is not working. It's constantly dragging. It's constantly crashing. And it says things like, we've hit a snag, it's not working. I spoke to technical support. They said that at 8 a.m. every single day, the time slots are open for iFly, North Star, bumper cars, all those activities that Anthem offers. And I found anyway, in my trying to book it, that by 8:01, the app is crashing and nothing is working. And the ship is sailing at half capacity. So that's really concerning, right? Because if you can't figure out your technology and you're not at full capacity, what's going to happen when you have a ship full of people and they're all trying to book iFly, they're all trying to book North Star, they're all trying to book bumper cars, and they can't do it on the app because you can't handle the bandwidth, or the technology is just not working the way that it should. The unfortunate thing is, and even me working in technology, when you tell a customer that the technology is not working, that's fine and dandy, but you got to provide a viable solution. And so their solution was, you leave your name and room number to guest services, and then they try to tell you if there's a spot that they can book you for. That never happened. That was just, we'll take your name, number down, and we'll worry about it later, right? So when you check with guest services later, it was, no, it's not happening. too bad. You know, you're not going to have a spot on North Star, iFly, bumper cars, any of those things that they just force you to use on the app. I understand why they're doing it, because it's not like, you know, pre-COVID times, you can go line up and then go sign up for a time slot, but they don't want to have people congregating, so I get that. But if you're going to do that, you need to have an application that works. You need to have technology that works. If your technology is not working, then your entire operation could potentially fail. And that's what we're pretty much seeing this week on Anthem. It's nearly impossible to book anything, iFly, North Star, bumper cars, anything like that. And the people that are doing it, they're having to get up at 7:58, 7:59 to then check the app, jump on, try to grab a time slot. But if you select the wrong time slot or need to make an edit, by that time it's already gone. So that's a little bit frustrating. Again, for me, I'm not going to let it ruin my vacation. But it is definitely, I can see from a consumer standpoint where that's frustrating, where you book Anthem because of the exclusive things you could do on Anthem. It's a cold weather ship, like bumper cars, like Ripcord by iFly, like the North Star. But when you can't use any of those things because the technology that they're offering doesn't work to book anything, that's really, really disappointing. So right now, the way it works is the solarium is still adults only. There are definitely certain spots like that are for vaccinated guests only, which is the music hall. One thing that I do like about this ship, though, as opposed to when we went on Oasis, is that the music hall here, which has a lot of great shows, by the way, they do allow unvaccinated guests, which pretty much means children, to be in the deck 5. So the music hall has 2 decks. They have deck 4 and then they have deck 5. And they do allow for unvaccinated guests to sit on deck 5. So all those live music, all the cover bands, things like that, we do get to enjoy that with the children sitting up on deck 5. And then on deck 4 is where they have the vaccinated guest area for the music hall. So that I'm actually happy with and I'm okay with. They do the same thing in the Royal Theater. The unvaccinated sit on deck 5 and then the vaccinated sit on deck 4. It pretty much separates everybody. Again, I have my own thoughts about how that whole thing works. You guys know how I feel about it. Again, if you want to know how I feel about it, then definitely check out my Oasis vlog here, which I did last month, where I talked about the health and safety protocols and what, at least from my belief, made sense and what didn't make sense. But, you know, I'm not here to discuss that right now, just telling you what they're doing on Anthem right now. But whether or not I agree with any of those health and safety protocols, it's a topic for another day. This was a very interesting trip. There was a lot of things going on. We had a medical evacuation that had to happen. The captain had made an announcement that someone on board needed a blood transfusion, and there were so many volunteers and people that showed up, and it was really, really nice to see, actually. And but I guess that wasn't enough. So they needed to, they had made an announcement that we were going to head straight back to Bayonne from Nassau, and we were going to dock a day earlier to try to save this person. And I guess then they changed it back because the person couldn't wait. So they had to attempt a medical evacuation with all sorts of windy conditions. It's really, really windy up here today, as you can see. I got the windscreen on, but we're doing the best that we can. The weather has not been great as we head back up north, but the Coast Guard has done an amazing... The amount of work that they do to get somebody the attention that they need in order to survive, including the helicopter evacuation and all that, is really something out of this world, something I would never expect. So this trip has definitely been a different one. Despite all the weather conditions, despite the evacuations which you can't help, despite the technology woes, so despite all the issues that happened this cruise, none of them were major. None of them were major. I mean, like I said, the weather conditions, there was not much we could do about that. The person who had to be medically evacuated, there was nothing we could do about that. I'm actually very happy to see how Royal responded to someone who needed medical attention. It was amazing. And, you know, overall, 2 of the shows got canceled this cruise, and possibly due to illness or COVID. So We Will Rock You, we did not get to see this cruise, as well as the Spectre's Cabaret. But you know what? They really provided a couple other shows that were simply amazing. And the shows on this cruise have been phenomenal. So, and I didn't even get to see We Will Rock You. I didn't even get to see Spectre's Cabaret. But these shows overall have been very, very good. I've been very, very happy with the shows on this cruise, for sure. Another thing I've been very, very happy with is the food. The food has been amazing. We ate at Jamie's Italian, and I have to tell you, if you're ever on a cruise and you want to eat at Jamie's Italian, it's excellent, excellent food. It's definitely worth paying the extra fee. And the main dining room, the food was phenomenal as well. The waiter service was phenomenal. Everything was really, really nice. Everything was, they were very fast with the service. The food was wonderful. Like I said, the desserts, they really are happy to be back at work, and you see that in their attitude. And I have to say that was something very special with Anthem of the Seas. This cruise is what made this cruise for me, despite all the other hiccups and things that happened, was the staff in the main dining room and just the staff overall as far as the service is concerned with the food. All right, so now the sun has set on our last sea day. We will be docked in Bayonne tomorrow morning. I just want to say thank you to everybody who followed along and watched this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.